Now, our top story this Monday morning, schools are reopening in several states across the country. For about 2 years now, students have been struggling because schools have been shut down due to the pandemic. That's now slowly changing. With cases coming down in some states, the authorities have decided to go ahead and open schools. So they are reopening schools, keeping in mind certain guidelines and with certain regulations in place. So let me take you through exactly what it's going to look like in different states. You're going to be seeing in Chhattisgarh, in Punjab, students will be back to school starting today. The Punjab government has instructed schools to follow strict COVID protocol and ensure COVID appropriate behavior. Only teachers who are fully vaccinated will be allowed inside classrooms with students. Schools will open their gates for students in Uttrakhand as well for classes 9 to 12. The state education minister said that classes will function in 2 shifts and the students will not mingle whichever shift they belong to. Schools have also begun reopening for some students in states like Haryana, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh and also Maharashtra.
The time when COVID-19 started in India, it is not forgettable when the schools were closed. Now after the long spell, the schools of Uttrakhand are reopening. All the students are very happy because after 2 years they will come to the school again. This is the time when students can study for 4 hours. Now 9th to 12th class student can study for 4 hours, and after some time on 16th of August 6th to 8th class student can also join them. With camera person Pravesh Rana, Dilip Singh Rathod in Dehradun for India Today.
And let's take this across to reporters on the ground to tell you exactly whether schools are opening up in different states and exactly what are the guidelines in place. Manjeet Sehgal is joining us live from Chandigarh. We also have with us Satyajit from Ranchi in Jharkhand. Manjeet, to you first. Good morning. Schools are opening up in parts of Punjab. Just run us through really what are the steps, regulations in place.
Good morning, Akshita. Punjab government has now decided to open the schools, and today is the first day, though the presence in schools is very thin. Schools will be opening between 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. and the school administration has been asked to maintain and ensure social distancing not only outside or inside the school but in the classrooms. The teachers who will be conducting the classes should have been undergone the COVID-19 vaccination. Besides, the non-teaching staff is also required to have undergone the vaccination. The school administration will be informing the local administration that the teachers and non-teachers who are inside the schools conducting the classes have fully been vaccinated. Besides this, the school administration at their will can organize conduct the classes in 2 different sessions, and even if the strength is higher, then the students can be called for classes on alternate days. The Punjab government and the education department will be conducting random sampling for COVID-19 testing, as the parents are still worried, and a section of parents is still not in favor of the classes and demanded that the classes for the lower standard classes that are class standards should have been avoided till the 3rd wave is over. But Punjab government has gone ahead and has started the schooling, but with a rider. The schools will have to follow the COVID-19 protocols.
All right. We'll be tracking this and getting the latest ground reports to see what are the curbs in place and whether governments have been successful in ensuring COVID-appropriate behavior in schools. But there's been a lot of questions also about vaccination for kids in India. So let me just get you a quick update on that. There are several candidates that are being looked into. For starters, there's the Zydus Cadilla's Zycov-D vaccine. The trials for the age group of 12 to 18 has come to an end. The data has been given to the government. It's yet to get the approval, but this vaccine, if given the nod, can be administered to kids above the age of 12. So teenagers will be able to get the vaccine. Covaxin by Bharat Biotech, trials are on, perhaps could get an approval by September is what the government has said. Then you have Serum Institute conducting trials of Covovax, A nod has been given right now for phase 2 and phase 3 trials. These trials will be conducted on kids aged between 2 to 17. At this point, this particular vaccine candidate could take some time really for the approval to come through. Pfizer vaccine. This vaccine will have to be imported. It's being used globally. Most countries, if you look at, have actually given the nod for Pfizer for children aged about 12. They've already vaccinated pre-teens as well as teens using the Pfizer vaccine. And let's also take this across to Satyajit. He's joining us live from Ranchi with more details on exactly how schools are opening up in parts of Jharkhand. Satyajit, good morning. What we're hearing is that in Ranchi, students will not be heading back to schools. Right now, it's only the staff.
Yeah, good morning, Akshita. And we are standing at before JV Samli. This is the school known as the MSD Dhoni's school. But let me tell you one thing. The government has principally decided to reopen the schools for class 9 to class 12. But from today, only the teachers will turn up at the schools with 100% strength. They have been asked to come to school, but the modalities are yet to be worked out how the classes will be conducted. 50% students will be called, the classes will run at 30% strength. The students will called on alternate days. They will need to produce a RT-PCR negative report or not. All these things are yet to be worked out. A decision is yet to be taken. So the school has reopened, but for the teachers only, not for the students. Perhaps it will take few days more, and the government will issue a fresh notification in this regard. And after that, you can see the students in the school as well.
All right.
Simultaneously, the government has already made it apt clear that the students who are coming to school will need to bring a consent letter from their parents.
Okay.
And simultaneously, the online classes is also going to continue.
Okay, so right now only staffers being allowed inside the school in Ranchi.
Yeah.
Satyajit, thank you for getting us that ground report. So this is a story we'll be tracking very closely. Most parts of the state, now in states across the country really, schools are slowly but surely opening up because cases are coming down.